I finally got it. I got the Catalyst mask, the new exotic mask that is linked to the Battle for Brooklyn DLC. But it's broken. Here, take a look. Jumping over here to their Trello board really quick, and you can go to the Investigating tab, and the number one thing is the Catalyst Exotic, where the stacks do not grant you weapon damage or bonus status effects. Now, this known issue was added a little bit over a week ago, and it is scheduled to get fixed in the next title update. However, we do not know when that title update is going to go live. That could go live on Tuesday, next Tuesday, the following Tuesday, who knows. But it is scheduled to get fixed by the next title update. So yes, even though I do have the brand new Catalyst Exotic, it doesn't work. All right, let's go back. What's going on, YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 video, so sit back, relax, grab that popcorn, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what you think in the comment section below. But that's right, I have the brand new Catalyst mask that is hidden behind the Brooklyn DLC. I'm going to explain how to get it, how it works, why it's broken, and all of that jazz. So I hope you enjoy, and well, with that being said, you know the whole spiel. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, so we got the brand new mask right here, the Catalyst. Looks really cool, sounds amazing, but it is broken, so let's just break it down. The Catalyst Exotic Mask, brand new exotic mask that is linked behind the Brooklyn DLC. So if you do not own the brand new DLC, you will not be able to get this mask. Now, where is this mask located? You can either get it from open world bosses, so those roaming open world named bosses in Brooklyn, or you can farm the final mission in Brooklyn, being the Army Terminal. So either the Marauder from the Army Terminal can drop it, you could get it from the Mission Complete from Army Terminal, or you can get it from the open world named bosses from the Brooklyn DLC. Now, I have heard that people get them from like red bar enemies and like purple bar enemies, but they're typically with the boss. So I'm not sure, don't quote me on that, but I have heard some rumors about it. All right, so looking at this mask in the top right, it does come with a little blurb here, and it says here that we're still being tested. The only constant variable is fire. And this does come with a weapon damage core. It comes with hazard and status effects, and then one mod slot. Now, as far as the talent, this thing is broken right now. However, it sounds amazing. So the talent is called Chemical Agent. Now, whenever you deal and or receive status effects, it will build up stacks of catalysis. And what this does is it gives you a stack up to 12, and each stack will give you weapon damage and status effects. However, each enemy within 25 meters that is affected by a status effect will give you 1 stack per second. Being affected by status effects will give you 2 stacks per second, and your stacks will decay 1 per second every 5 seconds, or after 5 seconds if no enemies in the radius or you are affected by status effects. So the decay doesn't even start until 5 seconds after everything's done, and then you lose 1 stack per second. Not too shabby. Now, just examples here, it says that dealing a burn, bleed, shock, EMP, disrupt, poison, and or disorient will cause the stacks to go up. Now, as far as the reactant, after max stacks, and this is where it gets really cool. So after max stacks, killing a status affected enemy will grant you bonuses. So on top of max stacks, which is 24 weapon damage, 24 status effects, you would then get a bonus 25% bonus armor and 20% reload speed. Not only that, but this does give you the same abilities that the old Pharaoh's mask gave you way back in the Division 1, where you can still ADS, aim your weapon, and shoot your weapon while burning. So that's going to be another plus running this mask. So if you're affected by a status effect or you deal status effects, you get weapon damage and status. Once you're at max and you kill a status affected enemy, you get bonus armor and reload speed. Pretty cool. So when everything's said and done, you'd have weapon damage, status, bonus armor, and reload speed. Pretty cool. Now here's the problem. You see the indicators that the mask is trying to work. However, you do not get any of the bonuses. So as of right now in the game, none of these bonuses work. It will show you, nice little visual bug, but it'll show you that it works, but the actual damage and the output has no effect. Absolutely none. So it looks cool, it looks like it's working, but in reality, it's not. So I'm going to give you a little example of that, a little demonstration, and then we'll jump over to Brooklyn. I'll show you where to go for the bosses and or the army terminal, and then we'll get you out of here. Now what I'm doing is I'm just running to the targeting range just to show you what the indicator looks like for the mask. However, it does not work. So let me show you what I mean. Now if I put this one on, let's say Invulnerable Elite, right? I'm just going to test out my numbers before I get this mask activated, because remember, it's supposed to give you up to 24% weapon damage. So just shooting in the chest, right? 228, and that is a non-crit hit. Okay, so the catalyst mask, I have to get someone on status. Booyah. And you can see now my mask is maxed out. So 228. Oh, now I'm hitting all crits. 230. So it went up 2,000 somehow. 230. Okay. And then when the stacks are decaying, you can see the stacks are going away. We're still at 230. And the stacks are gone. And now we're at 228. So it gave me like, what? A 0.00 something percent gain. Very odd. But you can see it's clearly broken. So let's try that again. Get them all on status and then kill a status affected once you're at max. Booyah. So now I have all the stacks. And non-crit, it's still 230. So it's really not, it's not doing anything. It's supposed to give you all of that bonus armor, reload speed, all of that extra weapon damage and whatnot, but it's just not working. It'll have indicators here to show you, but it's just not working as intended. Now finally, let me show you where to get the mask. So you have to go to Battle for Brooklyn. Now the thing here is what I did is I started around here and I just ran a full loop. I ran a full loop around and then I ran through the middle of the street, finding different named bosses that were roaming. However, I did get the mask from the army terminal. So right here, army terminal main mission. I ran this on heroic for, I don't know, like a whole freaking day. And what it is on heroic, you get a 10% chance of it dropping. It starts to lower the lower difficulties you choose. So I do it on heroic just to try to get it to drop. And it finally did. It dropped, I don't know, on like my 14th or 15th run. It did take me a while. I'm not going to lie. It took me over a day to get it. I've heard that some people get this on hard. Some people got it on normal. Some people got it from an open world boss, what have you. But I'm just letting you know where I got the mask. But all right, that is it, everybody. I showed you the new mask. We broke it down. And, ooh, let me show you a little build I'll put together once it actually does come out. So check this build out. Now, I'll do a build breakdown later on, but check this one out. I was just putting builds together, and this for the new catalyst would be stupid fun, because then you'd get weapon damage from the catalyst, weapon damage from the wicked, you'd have the pulse giving you status, your weapon would be giving you status, your chest piece would be giving you status, and then you could have all the extra damage and whatnot. It's a rough draft. This isn't a set build yet, but this was just something I was messing around with, thinking about how the catalyst could really be presented. But we'll see later on. Once they fix the mask, I'll start bringing out videos. But all right, that's it for me. I finally got the mask, and yep, it's still broken. I'm Kamikazevondoom. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourself, enjoy the rest of your day, and peace out.